quite a lot in the past couple of years, from starting football and other hires that we've made, and the commitment, as I say it, to leadership for our programs help take us and Mercer University to the next level. And that's what we're here today to announce. And I never forget, about 3 weeks ago when we started this process, I had employed he's become a good friend, he wasn't at the time, a fellow that's very well known in the lacrosse world. And he, when I called him, I said, this is what we got to do. And he said, well, tell me what you're looking for in your next coach. And you know, sometimes that's hard to quantify. You want them to have great knowledge of the sport. You want them to be a winner. But those are things that you just can't put your finger on. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. So the first thing I told that gentleman was, I said, well, first and foremost, I want a leader. Now, I know you can go great, we can hire a great 3-star general that's a great leader, but he might not know anything about lacrosse. But I was assuming that who came forward in this process would have that expertise in the lacrosse world as far as coaching and recruiting. But what I was more concerned about was a leader of that program. And to me, someone that would fall right in line with the 3 aspects that we always preach here from an administrative standpoint, is that we're here at Mercer as a student athlete to win in 3 areas. One is to become the best person that we can every day. That's as a person. Second of all, to do the best in the classroom that we can do. That we're going to compete to win every grade, to be the best we can be in the classroom, and then ultimately to compete on the field and on the courts. And so as we started searching, one name kept rising to the top as far as their ability to be a leader, to be a recruiter, to be a coach, to be a total package, so that, as I see several parents in this room, when your young man, is what we're trying to develop, leaves Mercer, they're prepared for life. Not just lacrosse, but prepared for life. And I think that is the great aspect that higher education, with the combination of athletics, brings to the table. It helps prepare us to be leaders in life, as well as, hey, we want to win too, right? Is that right, guys? Is that right, Coach? So I'm proud to announce today that we are very excited to have an individual coming to us from the lacrosse hotbed of the world up around Baltimore, who in his own right is a winner. Everybody I talked to checking up said, listen, he's a great coach, he's a great recruiter, more importantly, he's a great character. So I am very pleased today to announce that Mercer University will be naming Kyle Hannan the lacrosse coach of our program, effective immediately. Kyle, please come up.
First of all, I just have to say it feels great to be a Mercer Bear. You know, this has been a really fast It's been a real fast 2 weeks for sure. You know, but it didn't really take long for me to figure out how special of a place Mercer is. You know, from the day I stepped on campus a couple weeks ago, it was very obvious to me the high standard for academics. The commitment to athletics. You can look right out the window and see what direction that's going in. And then just the camaraderie within the campus community that really caught my attention. And that's something right away that I felt that my family and I could be part of and would like to be part of. So that was really exciting for me. I certainly would like to thank President Underwood and Mr. Cole for giving me this outstanding opportunity to lead the lacrosse program to you know, higher levels. The confidence that they've shown in me from day one is you know, it's exciting. I'm proud to be looked at that way. It's humbling in some sense, but that confidence, the way I look at it, it serves as great motivation for me to hit the ground running here and really build this program to where it should be, and that's a major competitor at the Division I level. It certainly has all the makings. Certainly anxious to get on the road and begin the process of branding Mercer Lacrosse. There's a lot to brand, and I've always felt like to be a successful recruiter and get the quality student athletes that you want, you have to have a good product to sell. You can't just go out there and try to sell something that isn't real and isn't sincere. And there's no doubt to get started and have the academic structure here and being one of the top ranked academic schools in the South region, along with the 25 million state-of-the-art lacrosse facility, lacrosse football facility. That's a great start. I think that we can sell a lot with that alone, and then there's a lot behind that we'll dig into as we go along. So I'm excited about the recruiting process and really bringing in quality people, and that is certainly secondary to working with the young men that are already in the program and continuing to grow with what you guys have begun here. And there's going to be change, obviously, for me, for you guys, but it's going to be exciting. There's no doubt about that. And then also, I do have a family, you know, and this is always kind of tough when you're looking at making these major changes. I don't know how many of you know my background, but I've been pretty loyal to the places that I've coached. So I've spent along Goucher College 12 years. So that's all my kids know. And my wife knows a little bit, some other stops along the way, but you obviously have to take them into account with making this. And they're not able to make it. Obviously, they're up kind of fixing up the house and getting ready to make the move. But they've been extremely supportive through this whole process. And my wife's been a stone, as strong as a rock through this, and that's great. I have a 12-year-old daughter. You know, that one's been a little bit iffy. You know, at 12, it's kind of tough to mention a move because she's kind of into her school and her friends and everything. So, but she's getting through. You know, she's crying one minute, and then the next minute she's Googling real estate and finding a house for us to live in Macon, Georgia. She already knows all the clothes shops and everything in North Macon. So we've come a pretty long way there. And my son, he's great. I mean, he's going to adapt very well. He had one big question. He said, "That sounds great. I don't mind moving down there." I said, "But Dad, do they speak English in Macon, Georgia?" So I knew I was in pretty good shape there. We're going to be fine getting him down there. But it's just been, the last 2 weeks has been really a neat experience for the Hannan family, and we couldn't be more excited to be on board here at Mercer and to be part of something so special. And just can't wait to get down here full time and get this thing going. So.
We'll now make it official. And Kyle, we're glad you're here. Looking forward to having Angie and the children, and we're excited about the future. Thank you, Kyle, and we're excited to have it. And it's going to be a good time in the future for Mercer Lacrosse. And I know, in speaking, not putting words in the president's mouth, but I want you to understand how serious Mercer is about lacrosse and his vision for not only how it changes our institution, but how it also allows us to get into markets with other universities that we want to have a lot in common with, mainly from a competition level, but also from an academic level. And I get his vision for lacrosse. And Kyle gets it. I think Kyle sat in his office that day and understood it pretty clearly that we're not doing this just to say we did it. We're doing this to compete at the highest level, and as you can tell from our commitment to facilities, to coaching, the whole 9 yards, is that we're ready to make that step. And you know, lacrosse scares me a little bit. I have to be honest with you. I got to tell you why, because I said, "Where's Craig Gibson?" Okay. I had, about 2 years ago, I had a real good friend of mine from the Northeast tell me, he said, "Listen," he was asking about my son Lawson, who's over there, and the only way I could get him to come today was to get the Zaxby's here, so that's why it's here. It's not because of, I had to bribe him to get him over here. But But I never forget, he told me, he said, listen, if you want your son to play baseball, do not let him pick up a lacrosse stick. And I was like, yeah, well, you know, that's good. Good advice, thanks. So about 2 years ago, or about a year and a half ago, I had, you know, our lacrosse camp was getting started. I think the first one, it was during the winter. And I asked Lawson to go just to help the numbers, you know, be part of it. And I said, and he was very upset that I was making him go to lacrosse. He didn't know what it was. I said, listen, just go. I'll come pick you up in about 2 hours, and I'll get you out here early. I said, I'll go work over in the office, and I'll come get you. And I'll never forget, I drove up, and of course I got the stop. No, don't come get me. And then when he got in the car, I'll never forget what he told me. He said, Daddy, I don't want to play baseball anymore. You got to understand that baseball has been a part of my life for a long time, from my dad to me to just, I played baseball my whole life. I've done about 30 years, up 28, 29 years old. So that told me right there how powerful this sport can be. And I know it's just now getting down here in the South, but I don't mind making predictions, but I bet within 10 years that this is one of the sports to be reckoned with in the South. And we're excited to be the pioneer in Georgia, Division I wise, of helping get that started. So real quick, I want everybody to, after this, mix and mingle, meet Coach Hannan, enjoy some refreshments. Media, if you want to pull Coach aside, get some quotes. About 2 o'clock, we will give you the opportunity, if you want to, the media, to go down to the new field, to get the field house and the new turf and the backdrop, if you would like to. That's solely your call. So I want to thank the staff. Before I leave, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the search committee. I'm not going to name them by name, but this is not a I job. This is a we job. And I'm glad to have them on my side. They know who they are. That any time we have to make a change, find someone new, or replace someone, that we've got a crack team of individuals that can track down anything we need to in this world of academics and athletics and get the right person in place. So to the search committee, I thank you. Your service is